and welcome to the Black Fine Games podcast. It's me and Swiss.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Bad things happened. We don't know what happened, but we know some bad shit happened. So Joss is not here.
He might show up. Like, we don't actually know.
Yeah, and Alan decided he wanted to be cultured. He was like, Jeff, I'm going to be cultured. And I was like, why are you going to be cultured, Josh? And he goes, or Alan, and Alan goes, because I need to be cultured for a certain man. And I was like, okay. Well, you know, the best way to get a girlfriend is to go to a bar and like talk to the girl that you have a crush on and think is hot. And apparently that offended him. I don't know why that offended him, but apparently it did.
No, you want to know who the best wingman is? It's your married friend. Because that ring will pull more women to the table than you are willing to admit.
I mean, it's a good thing I wear a ring all the time and I'm not married.
Do you wear it on your left hand, on your ring finger?
I wear it on my right hand. I could switch it to the left hand.
Oh.
And then, man.
Then you could actually be the wingman. But if you want to talk about,
want to be the wingman.
But if you want to talk about being cultured, I actually went and saw Hamilton at the Jube here not too long ago.
Why would you want to go see a musical?
Because it was actually really good, and my wife did the load-in for it, so I got to learn some really cool stuff about the set. And this is one of the last sets that we're going to see of this level of quality and of this level of detail in comparison to the original set ever. There's only 3 of these that have been made, and they're currently touring. And after this tour, any following shows after this, they're not going to have this quality or this grand of a version of the set. It's going to be stripped down, and it's going to be bad or worse.
I mean, I'm not a musical fan, so thus I'm refusing to go. I also don't have money, so
that's I let's put it this way: the tickets were not cheap. It's the Jubilee Auditorium. It's not cheap.
It's not.
But like, they have. Oh, okay. I don't know how to explain it. They have a turntable built into the center of the stage that helps them depict motion and like the passage of time in some of the scenes, and it is really cool because it's like it's a inner circle and an outer circle, and they can rotate in different directions. And it makes for a really cool. It makes the stage feel bigger, and like I said, it helps denote the traveling through areas, through time in this case, in some opportunities. And I just think it's a really cool system that they built for that show.
Huh. Probably is. That being said, it is also probably one of the best musicals ever made, so that makes sense.
Yep. And it was written by one of my favorite actors who only appeared on a few episodes of House, and it is so awesome. Lin-Manuel Miranda. What a man.
What a good man.
Well, he played, he was on House. He was Alfie, I think, was his character's name. He was in the mental asylum with House.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He was the guy who was rapping and pissing off House, like, for half a season.
I mean, I would like to piss off that guy.
Oh.
I would totally piss off that guy. I'd be like, man, how does it feel in order to be an asshole all the time?
And to that, he would respond, you mean being right?
And then I would say, but that's still being an asshole.
But I'm still right.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, how was Hamilton? What is Hamilton even about?
American Revolution and about the founding fathers, specifically one founding father who really never got talked about as much. So Hamilton, he's on the $10 bill.
Mm-hmm.
And he essentially built the financial system that the U.S. still uses today. He built Wall Street.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I automatically hate him because he must have created the Federal Reserve.
Actually, I don't think the Federal Reserve came way later than Hamilton. He brought in the National
he's
Bank.
back in my good books.
He instituted the National Bank and made it so American credit would actually be useful worldwide. But like it's a really good thing. It's on Disney Plus if you want to watch it too. And if you do watch it on Disney Plus, it was actually filmed across 3 different shows, and you can tell because like some scenes, like the outfits are just slightly different, which is kind of neat.
Okay.
But the fact that they filmed it across 3 shows and you could barely tell that it was filmed across 3 shows if you didn't know it is really cool.
Oh, okay. Maybe it would be worth a watch if I wasn't such a desperate person, bored of society, and not into musicals.
Look, I married a theater tech. I kind of had to get into musicals, and I actually very much like them now. So,
yeah. I mean, look, there's nothing wrong with marrying a theater tech and having to go to musicals. It's just
more cultured. It just makes me more cultured than everyone else.
I mean, why would I want to be cultured? That's the thing. The people who sit there and are like, man, I'm cultured, blah, 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 blah. And then you sit there and you're like, here's a script that does X. And I wasted 20 hours of my life on it. It literally does X. And they go, well, that's just not special. It's like, fuck you, bud. Fuck you. I worked hard on it. It is art in my book.
You want to talk about doing something that you...
Mario Brothers source code, that is art. Let me tell you.
Halo 2 engine.
Oh, God, no. Oh, God, no.
You've watched the video talking about some of that.
I just know that it was a clusterfuck and complete and total disaster.
You need to watch the video series of the guy who made Cursed Halo.
Oh, yeah?
For Halo 1.
Mm-hmm.
And he talks about like trying to work in the Halo 2 engine as well. And he's like, I don't know how they made this work. Like,
well, that was the reason why they simplified. That was the reason why they made like Halo 3. That was the big difference. Was Halo 3 was a 3rd generation engine, whereas Halo 2 I think was like one of their RTS, and Halo 3 was one of their RTS engines that was made and worked, and then they decided to scrap that and like for Halo 2. So, yeah.
But yeah, it's like if I ever want to trigger a developer, I just mention Halo 2's game engine and I let them suffer in their own thoughts.
I mean,
I could mention Frostbite.
Frostbite is bad. I actually have personal experience with Frostbite now.
What about the CryEngine?
CryEngine, I haven't had a lot of experience with. I assume it's better than Frostbite. I assume.
You hope is the true answer there.
No, because I'm pretty sure that like people actually like use Frostbite in order to actually do stuff. So what ends up happening is like Frostbite will sit there and they will, or what will happen is like CryEngine, like something bad will happen and they'll like actually try and fix it because that makes sense. Whereas like, and then it just okay. CryEngine, when something breaks, they'll try and fix it and actually make it better overall.
Yeah.
Frostbite is an internal piece of software that just doesn't work well. at all. And
But it was so good in Battlefield.
yeah, I don't think it's good now.
Yeah, no, I'm looking back, it isn't that good now.
I mean, there's enough of a. I think that the problem is like, and I don't mean to say that Electronic Arts is doing something wrong.
Oh,
It's
they
not what I'm
always
saying.
are. I will
But-
completely agree with it, though.
I will say this: I think that if Electronic Arts wanted to actually, make some money and maybe do something interesting, they would do the smart thing and release the engine for people to buy, and then actually make the engine good. Because this is Electronic Arts we're talking about here. They always do it backwards. They don't make the engine good and then profit off of it. They make the engine bad, release it, charge money for it, and then are surprised when people are like, "This thing is shit," and then they fix it and make it good.
But we're the ones who made it.
Yeah,
It can't be shit.
you're talking about DICE.
Huh?
Like, let me put it like this: there are stories I've heard lately. I have sources in the industry. There are people who have told me things that I cannot repeat, and it's just like they go to another company and the words out of their mouth is, "Yeah, but I can do X on this," and everyone goes, "What?" That's the shit I hear now.
Oh, no.
So,
Well, we could get into our first actual topic of the night here.
oh yeah,
Yeah. I think you had you wanted to bring up the guide stones.
yeah. So, Large Hadron Collider got enabled.
Okay.
And let me say this like this: the Large Hadron Collider got enabled, and the first day the Large Hadron Collider got enabled, somebody actually like fucking blew up the entire Georgia Guidestones, and the actual people who own the Guidestones were like, "Fuck it, we're just gonna blow it up, and, like take it all down, tear it down." For those who don't know, the Georgia Guidestones were created as a monument towards globalism and shit like that. And there's allegations that they're satanic but they were also referred to as the American Stonehenge. And they were tourist attraction for a couple of people. The construction was created by Robert C. Christian, who approached Upperton Granite Finishing Company on behalf of a small group of loyal Americans to commission a structure. They wanted to make a structure that was function as a compass, a clock, a calendar, and could withstand catastrophic events. Basically, the company gave him a quote that was like insane, and they tried to discourage him. And they were Christian. The guy who actually tried to make it was like, "Yeah, sure, cool, that's good for us." They basically, there's a bunch of allegations if you actually made them. In 2008, they were destroyed, like defaced by a painting saying, "You will not succeed. Jesus will beat you, Satanists, defeat the New World Order," and all of this sort of stuff on them.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, and they were recently destroyed and attacked. There's a video of the explosion on Wikipedia. It just looks like as if some guy just used some fireworks and just blew up one of the sides, and just took one of them out. And then the county decided to take them down. The creepy part about this isn't on the Guidestones themselves. So on the Guidestones, there's actually 10 commandments written on them. There was English, Swatini, Spanish, Hebrew, Hindu, Arabic, traditional Chinese, and Russian. And it was thought that after the nuclear war, these would be the 10 commandments that would be used in order to spark the Age of Reason.
Jeez.
And so
It just sounds ridiculous.
this is the Illuminati shit, right?
And like, sorry, I found an NBC article talking about it. They're 19 feet tall.
Yeah.
There's 10 parts on the message, like you're saying, and it's actually in 12 total languages.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
You can tell somebody was...
They've been up for more than 40 years.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah. You would almost say that they're something of a insane thing.
But no, this was built by Americans. This isn't a sane thing. This is a normal thing. They're I can't even say that with a straight face. Oh my god.
So, the inscriptions on them, this is the creepy part. The inscription reads in 12 different languages: maintain humanity under 500,000 or 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. Okay, we're starting off strong here, boys and girls. Guide reproduction wisely, improve fitness and diversity. Oh boy, that sounds like eugenics.
How would we, okay, pausing. How would we keep our population under 500 million?
That's a good question.
And still keep genetic diversity within our population?
That's a really good question.
Sorry, continuing. Because yes,
Okay.
you're right. It sounds like eugenics.
I mean, this is okay. I'm going to say this. The first two, they sound like as if they were chosen by a guy who's a fucking nut, who doesn't think, and just was like, yeah, those two sound great. Unite humanity with living new language. Oh shit, that actually is kind of happening right now. We have a bunch of people running around saying buzzwords. I don't know whether or not we should panic or not. Rule with passion, faith, tradition, and all things with tempered reason. Oh boy, that's not as concerning, honestly. That's actually pretty cool. Protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts. I'm for that one.
Yeah, I'm okay with that one.
Okay. Let all nations rule internally, resolving external disputes with the World Court. I would be for that one, but I don't think it would ever work.
Like, not with the size of our planet. Like, we'd have to be reduced to like one continent of size.
Yeah.
We'd essentially have to be like everyone either in North America or everyone in Asia, essentially, or Eurasia in this case.
Yeah. Balance personal rights with balance personal rights with social duties. That's number 8. Number 7, avoid petty laws and useless officials. Are we talking about government officials? They're incompetent. I don't know about you. Have you ever dealt with a government official? They're idiots.
Do you know how hard it is to get through the bureaucracy of doing some things in this bloody world? It is so ridiculous now.
I mean, it's ridiculous. It's almost as if we have government officials who just give you jobs, and then you go to the DMV and they just are like, please bend over the counter. And you're like, why? And they're like, we need to shove something up your butt. And you're like, what? Okay. Okay. I was here for a car renewal. I didn't know that this was a prostate exam.
No, this is the new tracking probe we're shoving in your rectum.
Oh, okay.
It has a nuclear battery, so we can track you at all times.
Oh, will it give me cancer?
Maybe? We don't know. It's only been tested once.
Oh, okay. Good to know I'm labeled a domestic terrorist by my government. Prize truth, beauty, love, seeking harmony with the infinite. The infinite what? The infinite unknown? Is this meant to tell people how to live their lives to the fullest? What does it mean? We don't know. I can tell you this, though. I'm scared.
Oh, I was going to tell them to tune in next week for further information. because this sounds like an episode of X-Files.
It does. Some guy must have been watching it. Be not the cancer on earth. Leave room for nature. Leave room for nature. Okay. That one I'm okay with. So other than 3 of them, maybe 4, I would say we're batting a pretty good average of like meh. And then we have 4 of them where it's like, hey, you just won a eugenics program.
Yeah. Starts to sound a little bit like early World War II, both Soviet and German beliefs.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sounds like something that a Soviet would write and then sit there and pass off to an American and say, this is a good idea, friend.
Comrade, you must put this on giant stones.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that. It makes me sad.
Well, talking about giant stones, somebody's decided that they're going to do a live-action adaptation of Death Note.
Oh, God, not again.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, it's, like, I can already tell you, I watched all of 5 minutes, maybe, of the movie, and I turned it off. Oh.
Yeah.
That was announced 3 days ago.
Oh, God. No.
Via Twitter. Way to go, Netflix.
Oh, boy, it's Josh.
Josh!
Okay, so I'm gonna go get my drinks, and Swiss is gonna talk about Death Note.
But I already finished my first. Okay, fine.
Oh, God.
Swiss. I'm throwing this on the podcast right now. I am offering you $50 of cake gift cards
To brave this hell.
to brave this hell. Watch it be like $250 on that thing because I haven't used it.
Oh, I would take that.
I mean, I need to go check and see. I think it's $50. I got it from my retailer. That would be hilarious. How was the cake? I gave it to a friend. Why did you give it to your friend? I needed a podcast host.
So it was a bribe? No. Okay.
Yes.
So
No. You respond with the words yes.
okay. Well, since you just arrived, Death Note is getting another live action adaptation. Woo! Why? Like, not necessary. We already had the film. That was hot garbage. And I don't even.
I guess there's money involved. I guess. I don't know. It really does ask the question of like, why do these people keep trying? And I guess there is some sort of thing you want to see of one in live action. I guess like just the motif.
So
but the same. Yeah.
So the creators of Stranger Things have announced that they'll be the ones working on the new live action adaptation that is an entirely new take separate from the Netflix movie that happened. So they're essentially completely ignoring the movie from 2017. And they're going to be doing it as, again, a serialized TV series, much like the anime adaptation of the manga.
Don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah. It's going to be entertaining. Because, yeah.
Why don't they just make a new story in the Death Note universe?
They could, but I don't know what happened to the demon because I kind of stopped at a point when I was watching it, quote unquote.
Yeah,
I know I got in like 2 or 3 episodes, and then I was like, meh.
You don't make light. You don't make light because light is perfect.
Yeah, and everything past L dying is kind of just garbage anyways.
Yeah.
Because the people who replace L are just shit.
Yeah. I got it. I got it. We make a character. We make a character named John Cena, okay?
Okay, I'm listening.
And he gets the death note.
Okay.
He reads the death note and he reads the first page. He goes, hey, that's stupid. Why would anyone write their name in the book? And then he writes his name of his girlfriend, and then his girlfriend just dies horribly.
Why? Wait, he would read the rules.
He read the rules, thought it was a joke, and wrote as the joke. He goes, what? He goes, well, I'll just write your name in this book, not thinking about it. Like, he's being the total jerk. And then, like, she dies horribly, and he's like, dude, what the fuck?
I mean, John Cena's a little smarter than that.
The man tried to sell his Ford GT immediately after getting it, after Ford told him, you can't sell this car for a year. And then he just like, nope, I'm going to sell it. And then he got a huge fine from Ford because he broke the contract with them that he had.
I mean, I could understand him selling it if it didn't fit in the car.
Actually, like they made the Ford GT a little bit easier for somebody taller to get into on this version.
I don't think that's true, but that's me.
Well, I think you couldn't be over 5'10" and get in the original Ford GT40.
No, you couldn't be over 5'10", and then the Ford GT 2005 you could.
Yeah.
Because
and then the 2018 model, I think you could be upwards of 6'5", 6'6", and get in the car.
Okay, yeah, but it's probably cramped for him.
Probably.
Yeah.
So I can still get in the car. Perfect. Yeah. Absolutely perfect. But but I thought the way you're going with this was, John Cena would be in it, but he'd be one of the demons. Because again, you can't see him. He's there.
Yeah,
no one can see him.
He's invisible.
He's invisible.
You just can't see him.
And he would just have insane strength, and he would do the demon shit like they do in the fucking anime book series, whatever. But he's all about strength, so the people he would be attached to would be like athletes or something. So, so that would be more interesting. It'd be like, oh, that's John Cena, and it'd be like, why is John Cena here? But he'd probably look more demonic or something. And then
no. What you have to do is you have to do like, so, and then like the next thing the guy does is he writes, okay, well, if anything I write would happen to the guy dies due to satellite toilet falling on guy's head. Like, that would be the next death. Like, you would have to go something. You would have to do stupid things. With
Man gets run down by Tesla autopilot.
It's funny because it's true.
Musk claims innocence.
Oh no,
that would be good.
Twitter is on his side.
When I heard of the first incident, I was like, you know what? That's terrible. That guy died while he fell asleep in his fucking car. But at the same time, he fell asleep in his fucking car. And also the way that the incident was explained was like, oh, because the skyline and the way the car was the way the car was driving and the skyline's color was different to a degree where it just kind of blended and the car didn't know where to go or whatever. It was like, okay, that makes sense. But after that, it was like, the self-driving technology is getting there, just not quite.
All the cars need to talk to each other. That's the only way it's going to work.
And that's the problem, is that cars currently cannot talk to each other.
Yeah, that's what needs. Probably the next step that needs to happen is like, as
next step is interconnecting all the cars and realizing that we've made a horrible mistake when they all turn into Terminators and start just slaughtering humanity.
No, actually, the horrible mistake is that some hacker is just gonna brick every vehicle in North America.
You know already the Chinese are working on like trying to fucking break a car, right? Some important U.S. official is going to get into a Tesla. He's going to sit down. The doors are going to lock, and then that thing's just going to drive itself off a cliff.
I mean, I like to think that there'd be some sort of precautions that doesn't happen.
I mean, you would want to have you would want to have like control built into it. Yeah.
Yeah, a manual somewhere, anywhere.
Like something where you could just flip the computer off.
You can flip the
Or like
computer
a
off
master disconnect where it just disconnects the batteries hard line.
Yeah. Or even to like, this car, apparently the computer is shite. We need to completely flip it into manual mode, and you basically take the controllers from underneath the table or underneath like the desk.
It's a Wiimote.
Yeah, it's like a Wiimote or like just like a shitty like a Formula One like little handheld thing you have to drive with, but it's still drivable.
Men in Black. What is it? Men in Black 3. And they give him a PlayStation controller.
That's 2.
Oh, right.
That's 2.
Is that 2?
Yeah, that's 2.
Oh.
Yeah.
Still.
But anyways, Death Note Netflix series. Roll.
Just no. Just stop. It needs to be done.
After Cowboy Bebop, we've had enough.
I haven't even bothered watching that.
I would watch it if it was good.
I actually don't think I've watched the original yet. That needs to be on my list.
That's a good show to watch with your wife.
Is that sarcastic or is that
No, that's a
legitimate?
true statement. Actually, no, it depends. Is your wife like a crazy... Would your wife get offended by girls with big anime titties? And lewd outfits?
I don't know how to answer that.
Like, because
It's
like
not
Faye,
like it's not like giant mummy milkers kind of BS, right?
I'll send you the character I'm talking about.
Oh,
There's
okay.
a couple. There's a couple characters in that show. Okay, let me put it like this. There are characters in that show that make me actually legitimately angry at my coworkers. Because they're like, well, this character's strong, independent, and then like I want to send in
Nami?
that character.
Nami?
No.
Like,
No.
are we talking about Nami's character development kind of size? Or are we talking...
No, we're talking about a former gangster from like the original Cowboy Bebop.
Okay, but no, I'm trying to do a comparison here.
What character is Nami from?
One
Oh.
Piece.
Oh, no. They're not that big.
Okay. Might be okay with it.
I'll send it to you. If I can find the wiki. There's the wiki.
Well, since we're on the topic of anime and Japan,
Get up and go to a bar and hit on your favorite woman that you see there. Don't be a pussy.
no,
Said
said everyone in the chat.
see you later, Space Cowboy.
I highly doubt I'll find the right person in a bar.
Josh, we're gonna go to a bar. We're gonna have fun
Oh no.
next weekend.
Oh no.
We're gonna go to a bar. We're gonna get shit faced.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna have fun.
Guys, go to the video game bar or the arcade bars.
I
You
mean,
know,
yeah, that's what we'll do, Josh. We don't have to
Yeah.
get drunk. You can be my ride.
At least I got to play video games.
Well, see, that isn't where I was actually leading that conversation, but we can continue on this topic.
It's time for me to go, Anon Sound. But first, there's something I need to go. Here you go. It's the confidence to go ask out that girl that you always liked. I could never get that damn thing to work for me anyways. Saranara, Anon-san. Quote, Mr. Abe, former Prime Minister of Japan, passed away literally like 3 days. Shinzo Abe. Rest in peace, bud.
Not even peacefully. The poor man was shot, 3 times at a political
Twice.
event?
So, I actually watched the video. And there's a lot of political implications of this, but we're not going to touch on that. Because the political implications are kind of stupid. But The actual thing that happened is he got shot twice by a homemade shotgun.
Okay.
And so, yeah, it looked like the first shot looks like it hits him in the back, and he's like, "Whoa!" And the guards like look around. They're like, "What the fuck just happened? Like, did he get shot by a BB or something like that?" And then the second shot, you watch him, he gets shot and he just collapses, like he just falls over.
Yeah.
And it's like it looks like the second shot did a lot of the. It looks like the second shot killed him.
Well, because like he had injuries to his neck.
Yeah.
And to his carotid artery in his neck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which you have less than, I think you have less than 30 seconds before your heart pumps all your blood out.
Yeah.
If that gets damaged.
Yeah. Like if you look at the gun, I'll post it in topic resources. There you go. Yes, Josh?
I was gonna say that's not good.
No. It's a fucking horrible way to go out.
Yeah.
Not advised.
Yeah.
I mean, because of Reddit, I saw a video of a dude who, basically the topic of the video was the guy that busted out of jail and he was sticking up a fucking bank, and then he just somehow got a gun and he just shot like the security guard point blank. But the thing was, the security guards were, armor. So security guard wasn't too badly damaged, although he was still shot and bruised, and I think he had a bullet in the leg or some shit like that type of thing. But the guy who was doing all this, he got the worst and got shot in the neck and his right in the jugular. And in the video was pretty gross, to say the least. Like,
well, if you get shot in the head, it's like, if it depends on the caliber. Like if it's a 44 Magnum, you're probably not getting up. If it's a 45 ACP, which is equivalent to a 44 Magnum, I believe. I'm not a gun guy. I live in Canada. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I was gonna say, is there someone
fucking dead? If you get shot with a 9mm, there's a chance, but like it depends, because like a 9mm, if it goes in the right area, you're fucking dead. 9mm tends to be the one that is like the most protected by body armor. So yeah, but this was like a pipe shotgun, dude. Like, and Japan has like
we're talking like
about
fucking
Japan.
We're talking about a country where it is illegal to own a firearm unless it is a shotgun for hunting purposes. Like that is quite literally like one of the few ways to have a firearm in Japan.
Yeah. Like this doesn't make sense. Like this doesn't happen.
It looks like the shotgun looks like it's from fucking what's the Russian game?
Tarkov?
No,
Tarkov?
not Tarkov. Post-nuclear apocalypse.
Oh, Fallout.
Metro 2033?
Metro, sorry. It looks like some of the stuff from Metro, but it also looks like some of the stuff from Fallout. Yes.
Yeah. It's literally a pipe shotgun. Like, I think that grip is like a pistol grip that you can 3D print online. The firing mechanism's pretty easy to get. Like, here's the question I have is like, doesn't Japan have like really strict firework? Does Japan have firework laws?
Like restricting access to gunpowder and such?
Yeah.
That I actually do not know. Because, like, looking at it, it looks like it's just electrical leads into the back for igniting something, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it looks like to me like that might have been where he got his gunpowder.
Yeah.
So,
like, not condoning homemade weapons, but making like a slam fire shotgun with pipe. Mm-hmm. You quite literally need 3 pieces of pipe and a nail.
yeah.
And you can make a slam fire shotgun.
Yeah. There's an interesting story from Britain where a guy, when Britain was introducing the gun control metrics, they were like, the guy was like, this is fucking ridiculous. And all of the people he was talking to was like, I could literally make a gun in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, I could get the knowledge and make a gun, and nobody could stop me. And everyone called him crazy. And then he actually fucking did it. He went out to try and test fire it. The cops literally arrested him for it. And so he gets out on bail, and they're like, okay, don't do this again. Don't do this again. And he goes, okay, fuck it. I'm going to build another one. So he built another gun and got arrested. And the government's like, we told you not to do it. And he's like, yeah, but I proved my point. You can never get rid of the knowledge.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what this is. This is the feeling I got from this, is like, the guy had the knowledge on how to build a gun, and he built a gun, and he took out like a fucking world leader.
Former, but yes.
Yeah. Like, it's like tragic because the guy was so young. He was 60.
Yeah, he's...
I mean, he was Mario at the Olympics.
Yeah.
Like, kind of sucks. He killed Mario.
He killed fucking Mario.
And he did it with a
piece of
double-barrel pipe shotgun.
That
Yeah.
piece of shit.
Killed Mario.
Oh. Well,
Rest in many pieces.
Imagine killing Mario. Having that on your rap sheet. You killed Mario. Like,
he can
you fucking killed Mario.
He can safely say that he's one of the few guys to pull off a political assassination in the modern era, though.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that's a weird badge to have, I guess.
I mean, the
Like,
thing.
The Russians have been trying for months and they haven't succeeded.
Yeah.
Oh, you know Zelensky's just like sitting there being like ready. The dude's like has like is like working out every fucking day. I won't be surprised if one day we see him and his shirt's off and it's just nothing but hardened
jacked.
abs.
Just jacked.
Just utterly jacked. And he's like, I challenge Putin to a one-on-one. Like, that's the
And
way
then
the
Putin
world's
shows
fucking
up on
going.
a bear. And
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
It'd be like a fucking WCW old-fashioned hardcore match.
If that happens, I'm reaching out to a coworker and sending him a message of like, so, if Zelensky wins, what do we do? Like, do we celebrate? Are we going to call him an idiot? Are we expecting nuclear war? What's happening?
a little bit of everything.
A little bit of
Probably
everything.
at this point.
So, okay, if we're going to talk about that, I actually learned something kind of cool about how the Russians versus the American system works for nuclear launches.
Yes.
The American president can order the launch, and every single missile will go.
Yeah.
He has absolute power over that.
Yeah.
The military
nuclear
will
football.
not disobey him, kind of deal.
Yeah.
The Russians, every commander has the option to opt out, essentially, of launching their missile. So Putin could order it. And then every commander could be like, nah, I'd rather not have that on my conscience, thank you.
I mean, that's good.
It's
on
good.
Good on
But
their end, but
it also means, though, that a commander could be like, fuck it, I'm launching a nuke.
I guess, yeah.
Without an executive order. So
Yeah.
think of
That's
that.
pretty fucked. Yeah.
I
I
mean,
don't know, man.
it should be more of like you need the executive order to shoot it, but if you don't want to, then you don't need executive order. Like you have to have one in order to shoot it, but in order to you feel to not shoot it, then fine, you can not shoot it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Just imagine.
Well,
Just
I
imagine.
I just want to sit in my basement and just pray to God I can play my video games that are coming out in the next year. Okay.
I just want everyone to be able to see my stupid big fat name in one of the games that's coming out, and then have the question of like, who's that guy?
Yeah, why did you make this game bad?
No. It's more along the lines of,
Oh, that's mean. Why?
No. I'm safe. I'm safe. Because everyone will just be the game director. I'll just be in the credits and they'll be like, who's that guy? Why does he have a cool name? He's like an action hero or something like that.
People, yeah, you just get
Who
pointed
is
out
this
in the
jackass?
credits. You get pointed out in the credits for having the coolest name possible and go, who the fuck is this jackass?
That would be hilarious, because then I would just be like, oh, God.
Now you're a meme. Now you can sell. But you got to
Now you
capitalize,
can be a
dude.
sellout. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to sell out real hard.
Oh, man, that sounds great.
Advertise the shit that you're a game developer and you're like, yeah, I make video games. I have this cool last name that just so happened to be given to me because of birth. Weird, I know.
I mean, it's insane. My ancestor a long time ago, he got off the boat, clearly had brain damage, and pointed at a rock and said, rock. And the guy goes, rock. And he goes, rock. And everyone went, okay.
So like Neanderthal level rock, or are we talking like, because that explains a few things, like right here.
That name goes so far back, it goes to the name goes so far back, it goes to Neanderthal times.
I'm pretty sure my ancestor was just a chimp.
You didn't just say simp, did you?
No, chimp.
Or a gorilla. Just a massive fucking gorilla.
Yeah, no, that's not you though. That's Josh. He's the gorilla.
No, Josh is the simp.
Oh.
No, I'm the banana.
Well, since I somehow brought up simping, Final Fantasy XIV players have formed a blockade to prevent access to a adult-themed roleplay server in Final Fantasy XIV. And you know what? It's all cat girls.
Oh,
Nice.
God.
That blockade is all cat girls.
There's a problem with humanity.
Yes, and?
That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, okay.
I still need to stream from like last week. Because we fucked up our stream state.
No.
Okay, well, it was me, but I'll blame Josh. It was all Josh's fault, even though it wasn't my fault.
So
Even though you have your computer set up pointed the wrong way.
We've been over this, Josh. We've been over this.
Literally, move the TV. Move the TV to the other side of the room. It'll be a better idea.
No.
Well, it's like the easiest move.
No, I refuse.
So
Okay, then.
this server was also the server that did actual advertising with real life billboards for this server.
Oh, yeah. Didn't they actually, like, fucking mod their, like, everyone to be lolies? And had new models and everything like that?
Oh, let's see. Oh, I don't even know at this point. It's just... Let's see. On July 9th, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Rain nightclub will be having a beach party. It's our biggest night yet. And my character, blah, 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 will be the hype host. Retweet this and spread the word, please. We even have a live billboard. The billboards feature the phrase, Rain Nightclub presents the Summer Bash, along with the date of the event and Discord server details for those who want to attend. Humanity has failed us again, boys.
I mean, at some point, we just sit and laugh at this clusterfuck that we call life. That's the best I can do. We just have to laugh. Right, Josh? We just laugh.
We laugh. We love.
We cry.
We cry.
There's a lot of crying.
I was just trying to find the right funny word. I'm like, what was the joke from South Park? It was, live, laugh, queef. There we go.
Oh.
God damn it.
That's what I
God
was
damn it,
thinking.
Josh.
There wasn't enough liquor in that fucking drink I made before this started.
Would you like to get another one? We wouldn't blame you.
No, because I'm not pumping that much more caffeine into my system at whatever time it is at night.
Look, just pump another Jaeger bomb. What's the problem?
I don't have Jaeger.
Oh, damn.
And I don't like Jaeger that much.
Oh. I actually kind of don't like, I mean, it's weird. It's that weird, like, herbally licorice taste to it. I know, but it's like, I kind of don't mind it. It's weird. Although it was considered to be a cough syrup at one point. So, I don't know. Guess someone just realized, this would be a lot better as alcohol than it is a freaking cough syrup, because, man, there's a lot of alcohol in it. And it just went on from there.
Too much alcohol.
Too much.
Too
Or
much.
not enough.
Swiss, what the fuck did you just send me?
Something that verges on one of our many topics.
Okay, bud. You want to play two? Two can play that game. There we go.
Seen that.
God damn it.
I too have the internet.
God fucking damn it.
Oh wait, you weren't supposed. Damn it! I thought
No.
I thought I took that off the counter so you wouldn't find it.
Still on the counter.
Damn it! That was supposed to be your present on the 23rd.
Aww, you're so cute.
No, I bought my wife a new Leatherman because hers has been missing for a while, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And I was gonna give it to her on our 5-year anniversary of.
Now I have to get you a present.
Well, she just found it, so you better buy her something new to go along with your...
No,
Amazing.
now she's like, I need to buy you something. I'm like, no, you don't have to because I went to Cabela's and that was a bad idea.
Oh, so there's more.
No, there isn't.
No.
I wish there
need-
was.
You just say yes, there's more.
There's a reason I don't have speakers in the office because I don't need her hearing you guys encouraging this.
Go.
They're trying to get me to say that there's more stuff that I bought at Cabela's, which there isn't. The boat is in the storage yard. Don't worry.
I'll get the credit card.
Oh, frick. I love how as soon as chat realizes someone's on a speaker, we just go and get that person's attention who can hear it
will,
on the
yeah.
speaker every time.
I will try.
Who's in the room? Who's that? Where is he?
We're going to cut this all out of the show, by the way.
Oh.
Why would I want your wife finding a gift?
Why
Put it in the
not?
post show.
Why would I do that?
I don't know.
So anyways, Final Fantasy bullshit happened.
Yeah. Much bullshit.
This sounds like bullshit.
Well, something else that we had talked about before the show actually started is I started watching The Legend of Deus Vox Machina on Prime. It is bloody fucking hilarious. I sat down, I decided, I'll watch an episode. I'm 4 episodes in right now. And I'm not closing the tab that I have open of it because I don't want to yet.
So it's a good show.
Oh, it is so funny. Like, if you've watched any of Critical Role stuff from YouTube, it is that cast. And this is essentially a D&D campaign animated. It is so funny.
All I know about the show is that one of the guys has a revolving pistol
Yes.
that has the names etched of people who wronged him on it. And it's like, dude, he's a fucking edgelord.
He's... Yeah. Yeah. Don't worry. There's a gnomish bard. And, like, the first episode, you see him going down on a female side character.
Yeah.
He's under a blanket, of course, but... Oh, it's such a funny show.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Sounds like it would be also a good thing to kind of watch when you're kind of like hating life.
And you're sad and lonely because you don't have a girl.
Yeah.
Nudge,
Yeah.
nudge, wink, wink.
Yeah, Shinzo Abe. I need to go to a bar. Josh, let's go to a bar.
Only a barcade.
Yeah, we'll go to a barcade.
Fine.
Fine. Oh, that sounds so forced.
We'll go to a bar.
It only means that I have to drive there, can't drink, and then drive back.
Get an Uber.
It'll be expensive.
Walk.
You know, I don't live in the same city as he does, so me
No.
walking would be take like a day and a half.
Plus, like, I live really far away from White Ave.
Yeah.
I think I live further from White Ave than you do. I'm like a 45 plus minute drive. Yeah, no, I'm farther.
Of course. Perfect. But, yeah, no. We got one more topic.
Uh-oh.
We got one more topic. Josh, you played a game this week.
Let's see what games I played. Because I know I actually went back to later Alligator because I felt the whole game's very cute. It was just so
looks
darn cute.
Yeah.
Also, the soundtrack is by Too Mellow, which I always like, man, the soundtrack is like really fitting, really good. And there's one or two of them that I was like, man, I wish it was longer because it's rad as fuck. And then then afterwards, I was like, oh, no wonder this game's soundtrack is so good. Too Mellow helped made it. So I was like, he's really good at what he does. So I'm like, fuck, no wonder.
So is it like a puzzle game or something?
So I would categorize it as a point and click adventure, but more puzzle. Definitely more puzzle. So the entire concept of the game is like I said last week, but I'll say it again. You're an investigator in charge of helping Peter figuring out, someone in the family is trying to kill him, or the whole family's trying to kill him, or something. And there's going to be an event happening later that day, and you're trying to figure out what's this event and what's going to happen to this character and whatever. And you have to go and talk to everyone in the family of like, hey, what's going to happen? What's going to happen later on? In order to get them to say anything about it, you have to do a puzzle or a little game or something with these family members just so they can try to say something about what's going to happen. And funny enough, it was just more of like, oh, you're just convincing these people just to show up later in the game. I don't want to spoil it, but they're like, oh, you know, you do these things, and then you do these things for these puzzles for these people, and then they just go, nah, I can't say anything. They're like, God damn it. Okay, maybe the next person. Nah, I can't say anything. God, fuck. Say something. But other than that, once you, it's like the funnest, cutest game possible where I feel like I could give this game to like a 10-year-old or something and they will have probably a blast. The only problem with it is that like there is some reading to go with it. So I would say like you probably need an adult / like maybe an older brother or sister or something to help you read out what the characters are saying on the screen. But the writing is really good. Like the adventure stuff you're doing is fun. All the puzzles you're doing are not too terrible. They're actually well designed and I like them. There's one or two I feel they're a bit annoying, but other than that, like the game even predicts how annoying they are, and the game will just slowly fade up a hint bar and it'll go, "Hey, looks like you don't like this. Do you want to skip it?" Like it just slowly fades up as you're trying to, do this puzzle, and the game is like, "Do you want to skip it, dude? We can skip it. Don't worry about it." And I'm like, oh, that's perfect. Even though like one of the puzzles in the game is a freaking sliding picture puzzle, or take up the one chunk and you're just sliding these pictures around trying to solve it. and fucking I actually could do them quite well. I don't have a problem with doing them. But like I know there's some people out there who just their minds get bricked so hard when they see those type of puzzles, and they just can't. They feel like it's an impossible task to do, even though it's purely simple. They just fucking brick hard as they possibly can. So it's like I find that little detail where they just slowly fade in a button to tell you, yeah, you can skip it. This is pretty funny. Yeah, and. Yeah, just like a load of different puzzles and different games. You can try to get the favor of the family. And then, yeah, then there's an event happens at the end of the game, which is like, oh, it's, again, adorable and cute. And I love it immensely. I don't think the game's too expensive either. So I would suggest just getting the game either on sale, if you really have to, or just get it for $20. I mean, it's
or get
really
it for $5.
You can get it for $5 because I see it on Steam for like $20.
Well, wait for sale to come out, and then you
Yeah.
can get it for $5.
Yeah, exactly. Waiting for a sale to come out. That's the only thing I would say is a huge negative with point and clicks is that when you finish them, there's not necessarily like a reason to kind of go back and do it again. This one, actually, there kind of is the reason to go back and do it again because it does give you another more ending. Basically, of like, if you haven't completed everything, you go back and complete those like last puzzles you haven't done. It'll actually give you another ending, which is actually kind of cool because I don't think I've seen a point and click do that. And what else did I actually touch another video game? I'm trying to see if I did. Nope.
Josh, you did.
I played.
Josh,
What?
You didn't play Mech Warrior?
I'm afraid I didn't.
Man, I'm disappointed.
I played the addictive game that is Vampire Survivors. That one.
I'm not disappointed in you.
It's crazy addictive. I'm actually slowly getting better and better at it and like unlocking more shit. So,
Well, okay. Well, I'm sad that Ben didn't join us because he's playing Timberborn.
Yes.
Orc Massage?
We talked about that last week.
Yeah, we did.
Timberborn. Such a good game.
Look, is it? Can I have cat girls in it? No.
You could mod them in.
Well, that's just bad.
So wait, cat girls. What about girl cats?
Yeah.
Is that,
Could mod that in too if you really wanted.
oh
Hold on,
boy.
what the fuck is this game? Karen's Prison. Don't worry.
What's this? Is there a store page?
No, I'm looking at Steam Workshop because I'm trying to look for cat girls.
Oh,
Why are you looking this up?
Because I want different species so I can have cat girls and asaris in my game. Is that so wrong? Didn't think so.
Yes.
Well, fuck you.
No, you don't want to do that.
Palm cats. No. Housekeeper assisting cats. I'll just look up this guy's mod list later. But yeah, no. I think that's a podcast. Is that a podcast?
sure. I've been on here for 30. I've been on here for 30 minutes. That's good enough.
Okay, well, sink in. Well, thank you everyone for watching the Black Mind Games podcast. You can listen to us every Thursday on blackmindgames.podbean.com. You'll subscribe to us for your podcast in the app of choice. Thank you for listening to us. You can listen to us. Hold on. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Swiss, for joining us. And have a good day. Bye. I think I fucked that up a little bit.
Fail. Yeah.
And so midway through editing the second one, they're like, I sure hope you didn't talk about this. And I get a message and it's like this leak that happened like 3 days ago. And they're like, I'm sure hope that you're not the one who caused this. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And I looked and I sent her a message back with the actual files. And I said, be my guest, look and listen.
Oh no.
And so I got a message back 2 days later, and she's like, man, Alan's an asshole. And I'm like, sure.
This wasn't a podcast that I was this wasn't one of the episodes I was a part of.
No, this was like, I think, exactly like 4 months after I got the job.
Ah.
And Alan was going on about some bullshit.
Dude, you need to change your privacy permissions.
Why?
Because I can scroll through your entire post history, and I'm not a friend. I'm a friend of a friend. At least your employers don't have access to your posts on Shame or your other Discord server posts.
I mean, I have gotten in trouble before for a post I made on Twitter.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They were like, we think that you posted something, and I was like, I'll delete it right now. I'll delete it. And they're like, no. We think it's okay, and I'm like, no. I'm deleting it right now. Don't worry. It's not going to be an issue. Don't worry about it. And so then I'm talking to one of my bosses, and he's like, it's a good thing that you deleted that. Because I was mocking the CEO of the company.
Oh my god, dude, really?
I was like,
why?
It was right when COVID started.
Oh,
and then,
no.
The CEO of the company was doing, he was talking about something. He was talking about London drugs, and he was talking about retail and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and the impacts of COVID on people. And I was like, Clint Mullman talking about retail and COVID. Meanwhile, all of his workers are feeling like they're going to die. And I guess Clint saw it because London Drugs liked it.
Oh no. Oh no.
I guess they read the context.
You didn't tag him in the post, did you?
No.
You didn't feel that brave?
I was like, I might have cited an article.
Oh no.
And that might have been, but like, I guess what happened was somebody at like HR actually read what I posted. And then they were like about to retweet it. And then they actually saw it and they were like, we gotta get this guy to delete the post.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah. So it's funny. You asked how I found you so quick. As soon as I asked you if you're friends with Adrian, I was just like, you know what? I'm betting you I can look up Adrian's friends list. And then I'm like, okay, well, he didn't use that. Look up Rocky, and you're the only Rocky.
So what I'm hearing is I have to change my name.
Yeah, you got to change your internet alias, my good sir.
I mean, it's actually not even my internet alias.
Your secondary internet alias, sorry.
You mean my name? The nickname everyone gives me. Settings and privacy. What the fuck is settings and privacy?
Oh. Oh, jeez Louise. Okay.
Friends except don'ts.
I'll just add you as a friend, so I can't not be
Who
blocked.
can post your profile? Who can see what others post on your profile?
There you go.
Friends of friends. Friends. There we go. See, the problem is like, the problem with social media is that people always sit there and they're like, oh, you said something I don't like. And it's like what? And they're like, you said something I don't like, thus I will kill you and ruin your life forever. And it's like, oh, that's nice. Appreciate it.
Cancel culture. That's not a topic I want to get into tonight.
I don't think anyone wants to talk about that shit. Friends. Okay, good. Now I have to worry if my boss ever finds my profile and sends me a message.
On Facebook?
Yeah. I mean, I do have some of my bosses on Facebook, but I'm pretty sure they just ignore the shit I post. Because I don't post really anything horrible.
This is with a former employer that I was at. I had made a funny chat convo with half of the mechanics in the back. And some of the shit we shared, most of it was just making fun of our employer. But a lot of it was just straight up. It was shame. Okay. That's what it was. It was the shame sub chat. That's what it was. Except in Facebook Messenger. So scary.
I mean, is it bad that we had two leftists in one of my college friends' memes chats? And they got offended. They got really offended and upset by what we posted. So two of them left.
Seriously?
And one of the posts that got them really upset was I sat there and I said something along the lines of, yeah, I look forward to a war in a year and the economy being in shambles and this happening and this happening and this happening. Regarding talking about Joe Biden.
Oh no.
Because I was like, yeah, Trump's shit, but I would rather have him because the economy is going to be good. That was the entirety of my logic. Was anyone was like, oh man, but Trump's really bad. And I'd be like, yeah, so was the economy good? And they would be like, yeah, but there's more to a president. I was like, yeah, but the economy was good.
I don't give a shit if the economy was good. I just got I seriously called him being impeached the day he was elected. I'm like, he's going to get impeached at some point during his term. I know he is.
Oh yeah, but that was always known.
Oh yeah.
But the thing that ended up happening was the funny thing was I said that, and then I got a message 3 weeks later being like, I just want you to know that you're wrong, and I'm like, okay.
What's your point?
Then, yeah, I was like, okay, cool, and I was like, whatever, I don't really care. And then now, lately, I've been debating, do I just reply and just say, so who called it? That was one of the dumbest things ever. Actually, I think one of my friends actually said I called it. So,
Sadness.